Jumping when you're sitting. Now this is again an exercise that you must remember. It's a stage setup. All dogs, if they're used to getting your attention, such as barking at you, jumping on you, to be petted, are going to do that. And they're going to do it automatic, even if you only did it once when you pet them. So the first thing, again, is to stage this environment and be prepared. So I go to sit down. That'd be a stage setup. I pet my puppy. I know right away, turn my back, turn my eye contact. I'm not looking. I turn back around. Now I'm still getting barking, but right now I'm only working on jumping. We'll work on barking on a different. So I can still ignore the barking by giving no eye contact. I can stage set. Turn my back, turn my eyes, and turn back. Now I'm going to keep this exercise going until I get success. So I'm going to do it again. Good. So that would be an end of a training session. Now what's important on this is I need you to realize that this doesn't happen in one day. This takes multiple sessions. And if you have a family member who doesn't want to follow the rules, says, oh, I don't care if they jump, I'm okay if they jump, then remember it's never the dog's fault at that point. It's whose? It's the humans. So at that any time, no one can actually yell at the dog for jumping with that relationship. It's kind of like a child going to grandpa's house. If they're allowed to do certain things there, then the dog will know that. And it's actually the human who's responsible for creating. Now again, as I'm talking, I'm getting a really good behavior, so I'm acknowledge this. You want to reward the behaviors you want. Now, let's say I get a dog who isn't getting the idea and they start biting at my feet, biting at my pants, the jumping increases. I would drop that leash, turn my back, and get up and walk away. I would remember that. Drop the leash, turn your back, and if I have to, get up and walk away. Go to another room and shut the door. What does the dog actually want? They want to be with you. So the reward is when you're being good, you can be with me. When you're being bad, I leave. When kids are involved for jumping, of course, they look like either litter mates or they act like prey. Arms up in the air, yelling. That actually would increase a dog to want to jump on them. So do we blame the dog or do we train the child? We have to do both. We not blame the dog, but we have to train the dog. It's really important that, again, you stage this up. I can teach 5-year-olds this method. First, it's just basically they have to learn to get those arms down, turn their back, and walk away. And parents have to be a part of this. You would never want to give a puppy to a 5-year-old child and ask them to train, and believe me, I've heard that. So it's really important that you realize the dog's not going to understand. They're going to play just like a playmate. Playing rough is really important on this, that it does not exist. If the kids are playing rough, they're not going to get the message that being jumped all over is not okay. Because that's what dogs do, don't they? They play with one another. And what do dogs use for their arms? Their paws. So me shoving a dog down isn't going to teach him to stay off of me, because what's my arms look like? Looks like what dogs use for paw play. So that's really important that you make sure that those hands stay down. With kids, I keep the leash on the dog, the collar, the treats, and I give the treats to the children. They can give the reward for the 4 paws on the ground. We can do it with them standing. You do the same exercise with the kids sitting. And now if I want to get down on the ground and the dog jumps, I would immediately turn my back or get up and walk away. Words aren't important here. It's your body language. So remember, I don't want to yell off, off, off if the dog doesn't know what off means. It'd be like me speaking to you in another language right now and hoping you understood what I meant. Even in barking, I can remember, turn my back, take my eye contact. What's that mean? Remember, it's a body shutdown that says I don't like that behavior. It can take 20 repetitions. So please be prepared for that. And dogs, like humans, have learning curves, meaning for 4 weeks, things go great. 5th week, it looks like the dog didn't understand anything we just went through. So that's really important that you remember that. Good. Now, as we're talking and I'm getting a behavior I like, little less barking, No jumping, calm. That's really important. Good.